Hey, what's up, solar family? How are you? It's James here. Hopefully you're doing amazing. In this video, I'm gonna be going over the 4 phases to closing deals, right? Because I speak to consultants every single day, like literally 24/7, and their methodology in closing deals is freaking random, right? They start from like point A, they jump right to Z, and they basically miss everything in between. What I want to show you guys today is the strategy on the 4 phases, how you can be more structured to close your deals. And obviously I'm not gonna be able to teach you every single strategy today in this video because we'll literally be here for a whole week, right? That's how long I take with my students. So if you want to dive in deeper to learn in more detail the strategies I'm about to show you, make sure you schedule a free solar strategy call. There's gonna be a link somewhere on this video. So there are 4 phases to closing a deal. And it has to be in this sequence, right? So the first phase is rapport building and credibility. And I know you guys are probably thinking rapport, yeah, that's pretty straightforward, right? But I honestly feel that a good rapport building with the homeowner prior to you going over the numbers is gonna go a long way. And I'm gonna show you a tip that I teach my students on how to build an amazing rapport with their homeowners before they even step foot inside the door. So the first tip for you guys is building rapport before your consultation. Before consultation. And you're probably asking yourself, how the heck do you do that? Right? So what I teach my students is to create a funnel, right? So what you want to do is to create a 48-hour, 24-hour, and the day of funnel. And what that consists of is 48 hours before your consultation, you want to send out a video, probably something similar like this one, right? You don't need any fancy, cameras, gizmos, and gadgets. Just bust out your phone and quickly introduce yourself. The second video that goes out would be the options that your company offers, right? If you guys offer a lease, a PPA, maybe some of the products, the panels that you guys actually offer for your company. And the last video on the day of the consultation, it would be testimonials. These are homeowners that are raving about yourself, maybe your customer service, and even your company, right? So that's an excellent way to build a rapport before you actually even step into the door. Because as soon as you knock on the door, they're gonna say, who is it? I'm gonna say, it's James. They're gonna be like, hey, what's up, James? They basically know you at that point because you've already built rapport prior to the consultation, right? This is playing at a higher level. So if you guys really are serious about closing deals, these are the things that you guys need to do. The second is there's an opportunity to build rapport outside the house and also inside the house. So you don't necessarily need to jump right into the house as soon as you knock on the door. There's ways you can actually build rapport. You can do a walk around the house, take a look at the meter, take a look at the roof or whatnot. So there's ways to build rapport outside the house. The next area where you want to build rapport is inside the house, right? As soon as you walk in the house, you want to ask the homeowner, hey, should I take my shoes off? That's going to go a long way with a homeowner, right? Because I know when I had like plumbers and things like that come to my house and they walk in the door, I'm like, whoa, hold on, bro. I'm not sure exactly where your shoes been. You better put on some booties. Right? So obviously everyone wants a clean home, but it goes a long way with a homeowner, even if they don't mind you wearing their shoes, right? Ask them if it's okay to, keep your shoes on, and then from there proceed to walk in. So when you walk inside a house, you want to talk about things that are, natural to you, right? You want to build an authentic relationship with a homeowner. You just don't want to make things up. So for me personally, what I do is I look for pictures of family, the kids, maybe the sports that they're into. I'm into golf. I have a lot of kids. So I can authentically build a relationship around that topic, right? So the tip for you is once you're inside a house, build an authentic relationship with your homeowner, right? Don't make things up. So the second phase is the discovery phase. This is super important, right? Because if you don't know what the motivation of the homeowner is to install solar, then you can't answer their questions and you can't actually solve their problem, because you're there as a problem solver, right? For the majority of homeowners, their problem is they want to save money in their electric bill. So how are you going to save them that money? But before you actually show them the proposal, there's steps and there's things that you have to ask the homeowner, right? So what I like to do is I like to tee up my presentation. So I want to discover as many things that I can to find out exactly what the homeowner needs, right? Say for example, if the homeowner already spoke to like 3 or 4 different solar consultants, you want to ask the homeowner, hey, Mr. Homeowner, that's great. Looks like you already spoke to 3 or 4 people. What's stopping you from pulling the trigger? Obviously, there's something there. There's something that's missing. So what is that thing that you're missing, right? Because if you don't ask these questions and you just go through your whole spiel, you're not going to be able to specifically answer their question, right? So you want to be able to discover. You want to be able to tee up your consultation so it's to your favor, and you need to ask discovery questions with your homeowner. Like I said, I don't have time to dive in, deep and explain to you guys exactly what all the discovery questions are, but there's a few specific questions you need to ask. And one of the most specific one is, if and when you decide to move forward with solar, what would you base your decision on, right? What would you base your decision on? Because at the end of the day, you're asking the homeowner specifically, right? What would you base your decision on? If you can answer that specific answer that the homeowner gives you, you're gonna close a lot more deals. The third phase is the bill. You need to be able to review the bill with the homeowner. So ask the homeowner, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, do you know how XYZ utility company bills you every single month? And for the most part, they're not gonna know. And it's your job to explain to the homeowner how they're currently getting billed by the local utility company. So what you wanna touch on, here's some pointers you wanna touch on. You wanna go over the cost for distribution, transmission, and the generation cost. And there's going to be a whole lot of other charges that the homeowner is being charged, and you need to go through every single line item. Hey, Mr. Homeowner, you're getting charged $57 for distribution. You're also getting charged $23 for transmission and $16 for generation. You're also getting charges, all these miscellaneous taxes. Here's one for like 15 bucks that you're getting charged for. Here's one, I don't even know what the heck this is, PCIP, whatever that is, you're getting charged $19.99. So what you want to do is explain to the homeowner exactly what they're being charged, because you're going to transition from, hey, look how bad the utility company is, and look how great, and look at the benefits of solar, right? It's a perfect segue to explain to them why solar is more viable than staying with their local utility company. And the last and final fourth phase is going over the proposal. This is probably going to be the simplest part of your whole entire consultation, right? Because at the end of the day, there's no sales psychology as far as the numbers, right? The numbers are the numbers, right? But obviously in between here, there's a lot of sales psychology you can use, a lot of buy-ins, a lot of head nodding from the homeowner, which you want. And when you get down to the proposal, it's it, right? This is it. This is the numbers. But what I teach my students is the homeowner is already bought in, right? Mr. and Mrs. Smith is already bought in to zero savings, to yes, I want to move forward with solar, prior to me actually going over the proposal, right? Let that sink in for a second. The homeowner is already bought in on solar. They're ready to sign before they even find out what the actual numbers are, right? And like I said, these are the strategies that I teach my students, and it takes a whole week, right? A whole week of teaching, a whole week of rehearsing, and a whole week of role playing, because it's crucial to get the buy-in before you get to the proposal. Because at the end of the day, the proposal is just, hey, Mr. Homeowner, these are the amount of solar panels you're gonna install in your home in the southeast corner or whatnot. It's gonna be 1 inverter, 2 inverter, whatever that is. This is your current amount you're saving. This is how much you're gonna save with solar. This is the 25-year saving. Here it is, right? Let's go ahead and move forward or not, right? But what I do wanna share with you are 2 things that you can cut out of your vocabulary, right? The first thing that you need to cut out of your vocabulary is cost and price, right? Here's the cost, here's the price, Mr. Homeowner, right? What you want to do is cut that out of your vocabulary and replace that with value, right? So here, Mr. Homeowner, is the total value of your system. And what I do is I don't actually go over the price with them, right? I just point at it, right? So for example, if the system costs $35,600, what I say is, hey, Mr. Homeowner, the total value of your system is this, right? I don't say that, but what I do say is the tax credit, right? So if that's $35,000, if they have, say for example, a $9,000 tax credit, so basically this is what I tell the homeowner, right? So the total value, Mr. Smith, for your system is this. And I just point at it. And if you qualify, you also qualify for a federal tax credit, which is $9,000, right? So I want to emphasize the $9,000, right? Because this is a credit that they can qualify for. But I never, ever, ever say the cost of the system, right? So what I want you guys to do is cut out the cost and price out of your vocabulary and start using value. And also, I want you guys to cut out proposal, agreement, and replace it with paperwork, right? Because paperwork, everybody signs paperwork, right? But once you say agreement, proposal, the homeowner gets a little scared, like they're gonna get tied into something, right? You're tying me into an agreement. So what I want you guys to replace these words with, proposal and agreement, is paperwork. So as you can see that there's a methodology, right? There's a system in closing deals at a really high rate. And our students, after graduating from our solar university, they're closing 40 to 50% of their cold market deals, right? Cold market deals. So if you want to dive in deeper and you want to learn the strategies that we teach our students and how to close at a really high rate and have a methodology in closing a deal, go ahead and click the link somewhere around this video, schedule a free solar strategy call, and I'd love to explain to you exactly how you can start closing 40 to 50% of your deals. But before you take off, make sure you click the subscribe button so you get all my updated videos as it comes out. So again, make sure you have a method to your madness. Use these 4 phases to closing deals, and I promise you, your close rates are gonna increase dramatically. Other than that, have a beautiful day. Peace.